Addressing the crowd during the recent Cattle Raisers Convention and Expo, hosted by Texas and Southwestern Cattle Raisers Association, CattleFax CEO Randy Blach says there's reason to be optimistic about where the markets are headed.
Prices are going to get higher next year, the year after, and probably all the way into 2024. So we should see improved profitability for the industry in total, which really is needed. We need to see improved profitability, particularly back for our cow-calf and stocker operators.
Driving the increase is a classic example of supply and demand. The nation's cattle inventory is shrinking, Blach explains, caused by extreme drought in the west and northern plains. At the same time, beef demand is at a 33-year high. This signals good news as the industry recovers from price swings faced in 2020.
We made long-term cyclical lows in the spring of 2020. Prices are higher. For example, calf prices are $20 to $30 a hundred higher today than they were a year ago at this same time. Fed cattle prices today are $25 a hundred higher than they were a year ago at the same time.
Blach says to also expect grain prices to trend higher in the years ahead.
Don't be surprised if we end up with U.S. corn prices averaging in here at $5 to $5.50 in here in 2022. I think that's very possible, and that potentially, depending on the 2022 corn crop, they may be there or higher. We're going to be at more elevated grain prices here over the next 2 to 3 years.
Cattle raisers should be encouraged by consistently strong beef demand, Blach explains. This hasn't always been the case.
In the last 20 years, we've seen a significant growth in beef demand. It's added $240 a head to the value of cattle. Why? We started listening to the consumer. The consumer said we want a higher quality, and the industry took that to heart.
Cattle raisers were quick to respond, and prime and choice supplies have increased 60%. Consumers are hungrier than ever for high-quality beef, both domestically and abroad.
U.S. high-quality choice and prime beef is a global standard. Consumers around the globe love our products because of the safeness of the product and the quality of the product. We've always been the primary producer of high-quality grain-fed beef into the global markets. There's a lot of trust in that U.S. brand.
For Texas and Southwestern Cattle Raisers Association, I'm Mark Oppold.